So today we will go 10 questions from STCTS test number 5. So we will go into question 31. So Evan is using the table below to code certain verbs. So we have a table here, and he called jet lag as W or G and EH, and the code behind it and whatnot as this code, and what will be the code for them now. And so we will do with the jet lag first. So from J to W, it will be a shift of, so for the first one, J to W is a shift of 13 letters. It would be J plus 13, and it will give us W, and E is 5 plus 13, it would give us R, and T is 20, and when we plus 30, it would go back to this one. And so it would give us the G. And so for the second one, the left, LAG, second we are shift so L plus 1. So L plus 1 will be N, and A is B, and G is H. This one. And therefore it will be the difference for each matching position. So W and so we need to find the difference between W and M. So W and is 23 and M is 13. So the difference will be 10. R and B. R is 18 and B is 2. The difference is 16. G and H. 7 and 8. The difference is 1. So we will do for the code then now. So D when we plus 13, so it would be U. O would be E, and N would be A. E would be R. So the first one is QBRA. So we have like option A and option D have the same like this ones, but in different code. So we can eliminate option B and C. So we just do with the code. So the difference between Q and O is 2, B and P. B and P will be like 14, and A and X. X is 24, A is 123. So for the last word, so if extra letter, so we need to write the remaining letters number at the end. So R would be 18. So we have option A is the correct answer. So yes. So we have to question 32. So question 32, the colors enhance the beauty of the world, influencing our emotions and perceptions, whether in nature or art. Colors shape our experiences, making the world visually stimulating and impactful. So which of these statements is true, most strengthening the above argument? So we have like the two main ideas. The colors influence how people feel and see the world, and this influence happens in both natural and artistic setting. And so we see that option B have like demonstrate the culture's worldwide tie colors to specific feelings, directly confirm that colors shape emotions and perceptions. So this evidence brought strongly relevant, and it has strengthened the claims. So option B would be the correct answer. So for question 33, so we are given the table here. And so the question asks what percentage of the total sales across all stores for 2 months is contributed by the month with more than 30 days, rank two decimal places. And so we need to calculate each month sales for each store. So we have January sales in store A. So we start with stock. January sale is 120. So February sales will 20 more than January will be 140. March sale, half of February of store A, so one half of 170. In store B, January sale is 100. February sales 400 less than February sales in store A, so this one less than 100, less than 400, this would be oh, it would be 100 and 80 more than January sales of store B, so it would be 180. So for store C, sales January sales 80, February double the January sales of store C, so it would be 160 and 30 less than the February sales of store C, so it would be 130. So for store D, January sales are the same as January sales of store B. So it will be 100. And February sale, we are given these two. So now we need to calculate the total of January sale, February sale, and March sales. And so the total January total will be 400. February will be 510. March would be 470. So the 3 months will be 1,380. And now it asks the months with more than 30 days. So we have January and March has more than 30 days. So the total will be 170. So the percentage we would be 870 divided by 1,380 and times 100. So it would give us like 63.04. So the option C is the correct answer. So for question 34, so the question asks based on the information in the box whose reasoning is correct. So for Priya, if someone got a performance bonus, they must not have taken any unapproved leave in any month. So Priya is incorrect because based on this one, if an employee worked more than 200 hours in the same if an employee takes any unapproved leave in December, this one is just mentioned only December, should not leave in any month. So Priya is incorrect. So for the wrong, if someone is given priority for promotion review, then they must have worked more than 200 hours in December. So wrong is also incorrect. Because the policy states that employees who receive a bonus are given priority for promotion review, but it must say that being given priority for promotion review means the employee receive bonus. And also, working more than 200 hours only says this makes an employee eligible for performance bonus. It not say that all bonus recipient must have worked more than 200 hours. So option D will be the correct answer. And so for question 35, it's asked which of this statement is true. Most strengthen therefore argument are in favor of 5G rollout. And so we can see that in option A is strengthen the argument because it's mention about the enable faster download, improve internet speed and connection stability, smooth the streaming and enhance real-time interactions in apps and games. So the correct answer would be option A. So to question 36. So the question 36 asks, how many apples does Noah have left? So he started with 8 apples and then he gave half to his friend, so he has 4 apples left. And after that, he received 2 new boxes of apples. Each box contains 4 dozen apples, and 1 dozen contains 12 apples. So 2 boxes would give 96 apples. So I think the 4 left would give him 100 apples. And he gives 1/4 of the apples to the kids. So 1/4 would be 25. So the apple left would be 75. And option C is the correct answer. And so for question 37, so through the card, we have given the data and the 2 dots represent some data as shown below. And we are giving 4 alternatives. And only one alternative shows the top 2 dots are in position in the same way as the figure X. So which one is the same with the X? So we see that this dot is in square and circle, and we just only see that the alternative 4 have like this one, square has the part the same with this one. And we also have a dot that have 3 shapes, and we have this part. So for alternative 4 is the correct answer. So D is the correct answer. So for question 38, so it asks us which 2 of the missing answers must be known in order to test the truth of Henry's claim. Based on these 4 students' responses, so the claim is every 6 years a student who has scored between 50 to 70 marks, inclusive in the mid-semester examinations, has enrolled in an annual festival. So we see that so for Alice, so Alice is A, so we need to know this one is yes or no. So if this one is a yes, so it would refute the Henry claims. And so we also need to know the then response. So if this one is no, it would be refute the Henry claims. So B is the option, is the correct answers. And so for question 39, so it asks if the information in the box is true, whose reasoning is correct. So we see that Sam reasoning is correct because on windy days, I just stay indoor and avoid risky outdoor activity like playing kite. So the boss say that on windy day, it's important to take precautions to ensure safety and comfort. So safety and avoid engaging activity that could be dangerous due to strong winds. But for Alex, I love windy days and plan to fly my kite in the park. So this one is so Alex's reasoning is incorrect because the prospect is unsafety in windy day on windy day. So option A is the correct answer. So for the last question, so question 40. So if this is true, which one of these sentences must also be true? So whoever forget their Apple card must have left home in a rush and must not have double checked their bag. So we see that option D is the correct answer. If Noah double check his bag, he cannot have gotten his Apple card. So this followed directly from the contrapositive above. So this one is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. So we have got through 10 questions, 10 questions. So anyone has any questions? So if now we will add anything here.